Are you familiar with the word nano? If not, let's talk about it. Nano came from the Greek word nanos. It means dwarf. It is a prefix used to describe 1 billion of something.
Hi sir, can we ask you a question? Do you have any idea what nanotechnology is?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good afternoon. I have one question. Do you have any idea about nanotechnology? No. Thank you.
Hello po, do you have any idea po about nanotechnology? No. Okay, thank you.
Any idea what nanotechnology is?
Good day everyone, my name is Agustin M. Villan Jr. and I'm one of the Group 8 member and we're gonna talk about nanotechnology. A nanometry is a billion of metri or million of millimeters. 1 nanometry is 8 times radius of an atom and 100 times smaller than the bacteria. Now that we have the idea of nano, let's proceed on nanostructure, nanoscience, and nanotechnology. Nanoscience deals with materials that are very small using specialized microscope and other nano devices. Nanotechnology involves the understanding and control of matter at dimension between approximately 1 and 100 nanometers. At its core, nanotechnology is the science and engineering of functional systems at its molecular scale. It comprises various approaches. Now that we are done on nanos, we're also gonna talk about DNA, particulate matter, and gene therapy, and also the expanded explanation of nanoscience, nanostructure, and nanotechnology that it would be mentioned by my girlfriend.
Okay, to give you an analogy of these 4 subtopics or that connects these 4 subtopics, which is nanoscale, nanostructure, nanoscience, and nanotechnology. Now, imagine we have this Lego brick. Have you familiar with Lego brick? Now, Lego brick, each Lego brick represents nanoscale because nanoscale is a very tiny or incredibly small glance. Moving on to nanostructure. There are small group of Lego brick represents nanostructure because nanostructure, as you can see, Lego brick is an example of structure, right? But when it comes to nanostructure, it is a tiny brick that made of just few atoms. Now, here comes the nanoscience. Nanoscience, which study these materials and on what are the properties or the unique properties that they have. Moving on to nanotechnology that apply the fundamental knowledge of nanoscience on how to manipulate, engineer these materials. Like with the use of this Lego brick, we can build a castle. And a castle is an example of nanotechnology.
Hello everybody, I am Angelica and now let's talk about what is DNA. Now what is DNA? Now DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid is the fundamental blueprint in our life. Basically the DNA carries our genetic information such as our eye color, our hair color, etc. Now the DNA is composed into 4 nucleotide bases, which is the AGCT. Now the AGCT, which is the adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, creates the genetic code. Now this 4 bases is paired and held together by the sugar molecules and the phosphate molecules, which creates the double helix DNA. Now, every human has 46 molecules and it's paired into 23. The 23rd of it can determine the gender of the human, which XX for male and XY for female. Now, how does this connect in nanotechnology? Now, the DNA has this self-assembly that can create tiny things, which is very useful in nanotechnology. Now, this helped them create some tools for future medicine and etc. It's like the DNA it's like a Lego, but using the DNA as the building blocks.
PM, PM, PM. What does it mean? Where does it come from? Come, let's explore. There are two main types of particulate matter. We have PM 2.5 and PM 10. PM 10 is a diameter of 10 micrometer or less. These particles are large enough to be inhaled but generally filtered out by nose and upper airways. On the other hand, the PM 2.5, it is much more dangerous as it enters deep into the lungs and bloodstream. Some particles such as dust, dirt, or smoke are large enough and dark to be seen in the naked eye. Others are too small that they can only be seen or recognized through a microscope. But there's a good thing. There's an organization that is called EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, that established a regulation to reduce pollution. But lasting change depends on collective action, just like driving less, conserving energy, and planting trees. And together, let's do it!
In conclusion, nanotechnology, genetics, and gene therapy are important advancements in science with the power to change industries, medicines, and how we understand life. Nanotechnology works on a tiny scales at the levels of atoms and molecules to create new materials and tools like stronger materials, targeted drug delivery, and better energy solutions. On the other hand, DNA, the code for life, holds the instruction of how our body works. Studying this has led to many breakthroughs like gene therapy, an experimental method that aims to fix or replace faulty genes to treat genetic disorders. These fields show how science can solve big problems by working on the smallest levels, by opening exciting possibilities for the future.